And now, your first bout of the evening, 3 5-minute rounds in the UAE Warriors Bantamweight division. Introducing first and representing the Philippines, Ruel Pañales.
The cage tonight. John Ramdeen alongside Shadi Al-Shadi for UAE Warriors 30. And it is going to be a heck of a show.
I'm excited for tonight. Seems to be a great show. 2 title fights. Exciting.
And Pañales just taking it all in. You see his style of boxing. Clearly he wants to keep this in the upright position to dazzle the fans watching live on UFC Fight Pass all around the world. And Shadi, you would imagine that these fighters are trying to harness that nervous energy, because many of these athletes understand there is a path to victory and a path to professional success.
I totally agree with you. You know, our first are out, Ruel Pañales, Bagsik, 4-0 from the Philippines, and I totally agree with you.
Will he be able to keep his undefeated record intact tonight, as he is taking on a very difficult opponent, despite his record? The officials checking to make sure everything is good for Pañales.
And an interesting thought, Pañales is actually taller than, you know, he's shorter than his opponent, but he has a bigger reach. So,
and now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner and representing Russia, Magomed Gadzhimuradov.
Magomed Gadzhimuradov looking for his second victory as a professional. As you can see, a background in kickboxing. Hopefully this matchup will be something thrilling for the fans, as we will have 2 stand-up fighters. But Shadi, this is mixed martial arts, and we know these fighters can take it wherever they need to.
So, we always know that the classic saying, styles makes fights, and today we have 2 kickboxers meeting in an octagon, or, you know, in an MMA ring. So, it's usually very exciting when that happens. We'll see if one of them resorts to wrestling, or will both of them have a feeling out process instead of keep it on the feet. I feel like the first minute of the fight is going to decide a lot of things on how the game plans are going to go for each fighter.
2 young men just starting their mixed martial arts journey at the professional stage. And all of us, we all get to be the benefactors, because we're going to see some fireworks tonight. A stoic look on the face of Gadzhimuradov.
Classic look most Russian fighters have. They're always stoic, always cold. You know, Magomed Gadzhimuradov, like you said, he's trying to get his second MMA win. He fights out of DK MMA in Dubai. And he's a vet, UAE Warriors veteran.
officials taking a close look at Gadzhimuradov, maybe some Vaseline. And these are all valuable lessons for these young fighters that only have a handful of fights. Get these type of experiences, because I'm sure Gadzhimuradov expected he'd already be in there. Instead, he's getting his gloves wiped, but we are ready to go.
And, you know,
and now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 5-minute rounds in the UAE Warriors Bantamweight division. Introducing first the fighter on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a kickboxer, standing 1.65 meters tall, weighing in at 134.9 pounds. His record, undefeated, 4 wins and 0 defeats. Fighting out of and representing the Philippines, Ruel Bagsik Pañales. And now his opponent standing across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He is a kickboxer standing 1.66 meters tall, weighing in at 135.8 pounds. His record, 1 win and 2 defeats. Fighting out of the UAE by way of Russia, Magomed Gadzhimuradov. And your referee when the action begins, Thomas Bronder.
3 5-minute rounds at 135 pounds. We kick things off here at UAE Warriors 30.
And the energy is already exciting. I'm excited for this fight. Electricity in the air.
One of my favorite divisions in all of mixed martial arts, 135 pounds. They have the speed, they have the durability, and Pañales attacks early, and Gadzhimuradov responds. And these two are at it early. And a head kick by Pañales.
Oh,
he's already cut there, guys.
He's cut. He's already cut.
The referee steps in.
One high kick.
And a gash over the right eye of Gadzhimuradov. Pañales going low on the offensive right now.
And that's what we call a bad cut. It's above the eyebrow. Might be bleeding into the eye. Could impede his vision.
What a great way to start the show,
on
guys.
fire, has a game plan in mind to break the wheel. Smash that lead leg of Gadzhimuradov. And a big shot landed by Gadzhimuradov. And another round kick to the skull.
And he's setting him up for that one by using the outside leg kick. And
what a way to kick things up here in Abu Dhabi.
Magomedov is expecting
this is a high-powered striking matchup here.
To go to the body.
Beautiful.
It keeps going to the head, though. Big overhand right. Our first shot of the night.
A tenacious attack by Gadzhimuradov. Pañales grabbing the cage, remains upright for the moment.
What a beautiful single leg takedown. He's going to be able to keep him down.
Pañales up against the cage. Gadzhimuradov trying to get the fight down to the ground, but Pañales finds his way
a lot of
back
action
into
on this first round.
Open plane.
Yeah, good job by Pañales to wall walk up.
Pañales did a great job
Couldn't
to
see what was happening.
get him back on his
Gadzhimuradov
feet.
saying maybe a clash of heads.
He said an eye poke. He said the hand is open.
Another
That was a
desperate
nice
attempt by
timing takedown, but
Gadzhimuradov.
very well defended
He
by
clearly does
Pañales.
not want this on the feet any longer, but as I said that, a right hand scores, and Gadzhimuradov gets the fight down to the ground. Pañales making his way to the cage.
And again, you know, Pañales using the wall to walk up and get back to his feet. Another cage grab.
Will Gadzhimuradov be able to maintain position, or is Pañales too strong? And as I say that, Gadzhimuradov
Takes the
taking
back.
the back.
One hook in already.
Pañales warned for grabbing the cage for a second time.
And we already have, you know, Magomed
with one hook
the left hook in. You know, he's trying to get the other hook on the other side. The cage is on the way.
Very good way to
Gadzhimuradov
control,
trying to
guys.
soften up his opponent, Pañales. Pañales trying to turned into the Russian, and there he does.
Pañales very slippery guy, very good in scramble.
The referee warning, a 1 point. 1 point.
Oh, wow.
For grabbing the cage.
Wow.
We saw that was the second time, and you know, these athletes get a warning before they step inside of the cage. They're aware of the rules.
Yeah, that's not allowed. The ref is totally right. Good job by the referee.
Gadzhimuradov now. Maybe a boost of confidence. But Pañales, nice straight shots as he's trying to control the center of the cage. But Gadzhimuradov as tough as nails. But you see his speed is slowing just a bit. But he manages to get the fight down to the ground one more time.
And again, Pañales doing the right thing, you know, scooting back to the cage, trying to wall walk.
Absolutely.
You know,
and again, you know, Gadzhimuradov is trying to take the back once again, and now he's done a good job to move away from the cage.
Gadzhimuradov is being...
Gadzhimuradov has to administer some sort of punishment. However, a point was taken. So if you have this fight, this round for Pañales, well, it's an even round.
He's being taken advantage of this grappling game. Gadzhimuradov is being in control now, guys. No space.
Gadzhimuradov trying his best to make it a physically taxing encounter as we hear the clicker to give us
that is a real neck choke,
last
guys.
10 seconds of the round.
It's more like a neck crank. All right.
A very action-packed round number one at 135 pounds.
That was a great round.
wow. Certainly an exciting round here between these two bantamweights here at the Etihad Arena. As things are certainly amping up here, to say the least. A great way to kick things off, a great way to set the tone for the entire night. And UAE Warriors 30, historic night here on Fight Pass.
Round two about to get underway. Some deep breaths taken by Pañales. Gadzhimuradov
for the second round,
trying their best to manage that cut.
Second round of the line.
Referee telling the two fighters to go back to their corners.
And another stern warning from the referee before the round starts for Pañales for grabbing the cage.
Round two underway. Gadzhimuradov faking the kick, then going high, but Pañales responds with some fireworks of his own. And another round kick, not even telegraphed.
What a head kick, guys.
Gadzhimuradov wants no part of that.
Absolutely.
His hands are locked, and Pañales is down.
And you know, it's always interesting when we have a southpaw fighter fighting an orthodox fighter. And in the stand-up, we see, you know, Pañales having the advantage on the feet. But on the ground, Gadzhimuradov has an advantage, a clear advantage, like we see from most Russian fighters, to be honest.
Gadzhimuradov happy to stay on top in this advantageous position, trying to move ahead, takes the back.
Takes it back
One
fully.
hook, looking for the second hook is in,
wow,
looking for the Mataleon, the rear naked choke, but Pañales showing his durability.
I think Gadzhimuradov might be setting up an arm triangle.
The referee coming in, saying timeout.
What's wrong? Maybe he's gonna check
Perhaps
the cut.
The ringside physician. Referee looking at the cut. over the eye of Gadzhimuradov.
Like I said in the first round, that's a bad cut because it's above the eyebrow, bleeds into your eye, could impede your vision, you know?
But I mean, for Gadzhimuradov, he was on the ground. He was on top.
I agree with you.
So hopefully they go back to that position.
They most definitely will reset this.
And the fight is over. The doctor's saying the cut is too bad. Oh, and look at this. Fireworks erupting after the fight. Gentlemen, we're all professionals here.
I mean,
and Gadzhimuradov, he believes that this fight should continue, that he was in a good spot, and that he could have finished on top.
I agree with him. He could have finished that fight there. He should, you know, if the ref, in my opinion, if the referee let him come out for the round, let him finish it.
But if you're Pañales' corner, you're saying our fighter got the victory from the TKO.
He caused that.
He landed the damaging blow. The referee called in the doctor. The doctor is there to ensure the safety of the fighters, and that's what happened. Of course, these athletes are disappointed. Gadzhimuradov unhappy with the result, but sometimes that's the way it goes.
You know, I think there's you know, stands for a rematch in that one.
I would not be surprised, and I would have no problem with that.
And, you know, we see Gadzhimuradov bleeding, and there's definitely bad blood between them two.
Pañales earns his 5th victory as a mixed martial arts professional after landing a head kick that caused a cut. And all the action ended in round number 2 here at UAE Warriors 30.
You know, that was the second strike of the fight. He set it up, set it up with the outside right leg kick. And then, you know, as a southpaw fighter, that left head kick is always open usually. And he hit it with the right hand. So he went for a right jab and then hit him with the left high kick.
We're going to send it up to Cyrus Fees for
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Thomas Brugger stops the fight at 114, round number 2. Your winner by TKO due to doctor stoppage, Ruel Bagsik Pañales.
Unfortunately, that's the way it goes.
Presenting the award to Ruel Pañales, CEO of UAE Warriors, Fuad Darwish.
I want to see a rematch for this fight, for sure, guys.
I have to agree with you. Now Pañales, I could understand why he wouldn't want the rematch.
Yes,
he landed the kick. It was the cut that ended the fight. But if you're Gadzhimuradov, you're on top. You're controlling that fight.
That's very frustrating. I understand why he got so upset, but